In its most recent earnings call, Amazon management reminded investors that the company has been building its own general purpose CPU chips. More than 50,000 customers use AWS's Graviton chips. So, do companies like Nvidia need to worry about Amazon ramping up its own chip production? Well, that's what I'm going to talk about in this video here. So, let's get into what Amazon has been doing with its chip production. So these chips that Amazon has been working on have about 40% better price performance than other leading x86 processors. And of course, you all already know that generative AI has captured people's imagination, but most people are talking about the application layer, specifically what OpenAI has done with ChatGPT. But Amazon says there's two additional layers to this wave of artificial intelligence that Amazon is planning to capitalize on. The lowest layer is the compute required to train foundational models and to do inference or make predictions. Right? So that's the layer we're going to talk about here. And that's along with the chip expertise that they've built, prompted Amazon to start working several years ago on their own custom AI chips for training called Tranium and inference called Inferentia. So Amazon's been doing this for several years now. They've developed their own and for special unique purposes because they saw this coming years ago and they planned ahead. They've made these investments and they're building these chips. Although I did mention earlier that that could be in competition to Nvidia, but it's unlikely at this point to threaten Nvidia's business. Nvidia's demand for its chips has exploded in recent quarters as companies see its chips as some of the most effective and efficient ones to use to train and develop artificial intelligence models. Nvidia's revenue exploded in the most recent quarter, $2 billion higher than what even its highest expectations thought it might be. So at this point, even though Amazon is working on developing its own chips for large language models, it's not yet to the point where it's threatening Nvidia. However, management is saying that they're optimistic that a lot of large language model training and inference will be run on AWS's Trainium and Inferentia chips in the future. So while it's not a threat to Nvidia right now, it could be in the future. And I think this is more likely to be the case if you look at Nvidia's most recent quarter. Not only did revenue explode, but Nvidia generated gross profit margins of over 70%. That type of profitability is bound to attract competitors to the industry. Because it's so lucrative, competitors look around and say, we've got to get in on this. We've got to get in on this. We can't leave it alone. It's just too profitable. And so, in the short term, not yet a threat. Longer term, Amazon could boost this production, could be a threat in the industry as demand continues to soar for training large language models and developing large language models that can have inference as well. So interesting developments here in the chip industry, in of course fueled by the absolute explosion of popularity of artificial intelligence. All right, but that's all I've got for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/Parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now.